Hi betting experts, on Saturday December the 30th, 8 cracking races on ITV on Saturday, the best of the action from Newbury, Haydock and Taunton. The ground, well, it's soft at Newbury, Haydock very attritional, heavy ground. Taunton, the usual microclimate down there on the softer side are good. There is weather around though, so things could deteriorate, hopefully not too much. We start off with our betting expert daily nap, sponsored by Bet365. This goes in the 125 at Haydock, the last fling handicap chase. This will be a real test of stamina. 3 miles, 4.5 furlong, class 2 for 4-year-olds and upwards, and I think this is tailor-made for collector's item. Now, John Joe O'Neill's useful sort, won twice over hurdles, but he remains a maiden after 3 runs so far over the larger obstacles. But I thought he shaped really well when the cash arrived at Sandown last time out, sticking on quite determinedly, having jumped a little bit stickily at a few of the railway fences, losing his place and then running on strongly up the hill over 3 miles. He's a strong traveller. I think his jumping's fine, and I think the slower tempo here will definitely help him under John Joe O'Neill Jr. I think 3 mile 4 is right up his street, and he's well ahead of this mark if everything clicks. Our betting expert value angle selection, sponsored by Bet365, goes in the 225 at Newbury, the Mandarin handicap chase, a 3 mile 2 furlong contest for 4-year-olds and upwards, and I think the top weight here, certainly Red, can defy 12 stone 2. Now, he's the best horse in Lydia Richards' small yard. He's won 4 from 10 over fences. He's a sound jumping, thorough stayer who goes particularly well with a bit of cut in the ground as long as it's not too deep. And I think a switch to front running tactics here under Mark Goldsky will make him extremely hard to catch. He's finished with a bit of running left in the tank, I think, twice this season under much more patient rides than had previously been employed. He has got a welter burden to lump here, but he's got a touch of class, and this is a pretty weak renewal of this prestigious handicap. The remaining 6 races on ITV on Saturday, we'll spin through them in time order, starting at Newbury in the 115, a handicap chase over an extended 2 miles. Well, the Russian Doyen has not been the easiest to train. He's now 10, but he returned from a long absence with a very promising effort over this course and distance at the start of December. Hopefully he'll avoid the dreaded bounce factor second run back, and some eased ground here should be ideal, and Harry Cobden the icing on the cake. Back to Newbury for the 150, a handicap hurdle over 2 mile 4. I really like Rambo T here from the red hot Ollie Murphy yard. He's a useful handicapper. He's been running with credit in victory and defeat all winter. Last time out, and the reason you're getting a decent price today, he just didn't jump well enough and 6th in a strong race at this track, but he still looked in top form, I thought, and a much more positive front-running ride here from Sean Bowen, who's flying at the minute, and dropping back to 2 mile 4 should both suit ideally. Over to Taunton, the 210, a quality listed contest for mares, a novice hurdle over an extended 2 miles. Well, Jaminska comes from a yard that had been quiet, Jane Williams, but they're going pretty well now. I think basically they've been needing a run or two to get fit. This one should come on for her excellent reappearance second over 2 mile 3 in November. Now, she's back to 2 miles, so they'll need to go forwards with her, I think. She's going to stay much further than this in time. David Noonan's booked. I think she'll go really well. It should be a decent price. Back to Taunton for the 245, a handicap hurdle over 3 miles. Well, game winner let us down over fences last time out, but that was because he made a series of mistakes, harried on the lead, and I think the switch back to Timber is a good move. Paul O'Brien's booked Harry Darren flying along. He's a trainer to follow. Back to Newbury for the 3 o'clock, the Challow, the Grade 1, the day's feature, over 2 mile, 4.5 furlongs, Class 1 contest here. Well, Captain Teague let punters down when he was beaten at 6-4 on at Cheltenham in November, but I think there were excuses that day. Jumped a lot better than he had done on his debut, but I think going really wide actually didn't help. It usually does at Cheltenham, but it didn't on this occasion. The winner, Manila Missile, crept up the inside and rather mugged him before he could rally. I suspect that form is very good. Manila Missile could be anything, and I think the flat, galloping track on slightly better ground at Newbury will really suit Captain T. He's very much a 3 mile chaser on looks. He's a thorough stayer. I think they'll be positive, and he could take plenty of passing if he's able to kick for home a long way out up the long straight. And finally at Newbury, the 335, an interesting race, a novice limited handicap chase over 2 miles, 6.5 furlongs. I really like Moon Hunter here from the informed Henry Daly yard. He's open to loads more improvement after just 2 runs over fences. I think he took a step back last time. Maybe the run came too quickly at Exeter in November. He's been given a bit of time to freshen up since. And if you look back to his run at Cheltenham in October, first time up, he finished really strongly in a race that's hot form, and I think this stamina test with Charlie Deutsch booked absolutely right up his street. Best of luck with all 8 ITV races on Saturday betting experts.